All right, here we go. Spawning up at the top right from Alpha X, it is Max Angel Astrea.
And the bottom left side, his opponent, of course, it is DisK for Apprentice Esports. For some reason, I always thought that Astrea was Canadian as well. Or he just gives me that Canadian vibe, perhaps.
Ha. He has got that, like, extraordinarily friendly mentality to him. Just the nicest guy. Of course, that is, you know, that's one of those stereotypes when people think of Canada. They're like, oh, everyone's so nice there. It's like,
so polite.
So yeah, we're all right sometimes. You know, we're definitely we've gotten our hands dirty a time or two. Astrea, ooh, he's got a cool approach to this map. He likes to wall. Yeah, like this.
I like this too. Like, what is this? Can you even do now? It's gonna be so long before you have anything that can scout this. A sentry would probably be the quickest way.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know,
that's a lot of gas in the early game.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Yeah, it's you can build that, and funnily enough, Astrea is one of those players that kind of likes doing so. Astrea is going to start up a Zealot to make sure that the probe doesn't actually kill this pylon, because eventually it would kill the pylon with no unit hitting the field. And I mean, the Cybernetics core is a little bit late from Astrea, so actually, is it? No, it's not even that late. It's like pretty much almost right on time. Actually, no, it's literally... Yeah, it's like half a second late, if anything. And
Astrea, the one that's a sentry.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, he is a sentry enjoyer in this matchup, and just in general, he just loves that early scout.
Yep, he's good with the buttons as well. So spellcaster is always his best friend.
He is very good with the buttons. He's it's a good way of putting it. DisK, that was a little bit interesting. Why did he? Was he I guess he wanted to lock the probe in there so he could get the kill, but it like wasn't actually necessary. So just kind of funny. Now we will be seeing the very quick Nexus coming out from Astrea, and a robotics facility as well.
Okay.
Versus
the probe's
double sentry. Yeah, the probe's back. He's like, these shields, I'm not done with them yet.
I know you stopped making that, zealots.
Yeah. Oh man.
I'm back. I'm here to punish you for your how do you call this again?
Your insolence.
Your insolence, yeah, for canceling the zealots.
Oh my goodness. He knocks out the shields, gets 11 hull damage, and is forced to retreat out once again. He did less hull damage to that pylon after like a minute and a half of attacking it than he took himself from the stalker shooting it from like basically out of range effectively. That is funny. PvP
Hard
is a
work
funny
sometimes
matchup.
it's not rewarded.
Yeah, exactly. Doing things you're bad at isn't always the best usage of your time. Both players are...
a good scout.
Yeah, no, it's a great scout. He gets to see the robotics facility. Both players are going triple sentry here, which is going to mean that they are going to be spamming those hallucinations out non-stop in this game. Oh, Astrea actually, hang on, stops building probes, throws down 4 gateways, a war prism, and this is going to be a dedicated attack.
Interesting. I wonder what he saw that made him kind of pull the trigger on this one.
I think it was the hallucination going down, and he said, you know what, I don't think you've got any more sentries. I'm just going to see what I can get done, and now he's going to be like,
Oh, got him.
Fiddlesticks. You've seen my plan. Ooh, cute. Hallucinates the war prism. Oh, okay, that took too much damage. The first couple shots, you could be like, oh, I don't know. But that took way too much damage to be a real war prism.
Yeah, let's hope he paid attention to that. Still has his targets around that area, though, to be fair.
DisK, where are his units? They're mostly at the front. Astrea could lift up into this location and could bypass all the defenses, but this is going to be funny. It's going to be so many force fields coming down from both sides.
I think not quite ready yet either. Yeah, I mean, You could even try something with the sentries, right? Just blocking off one of the army movements here on the ramp. Oh, no. He's not going for it.
He does get the shield battery, takes that down very quickly. And there's the force fields locking the sentries in. This is already looking so deadly for DisK. Blink is going to complete momentarily, but he's already losing a lot of his sentries. The Stalker count is still pretty good here, and a lot of these units are sentries for Astrea. Those don't fight so good. But DisK feels like he has to blink away from this. That means he gives up the Nexus, and that means these gateways that he's built on the other side of the map are, well, they're going to have a tough time getting value.
Yeah. Yeah, overall, I mean, Astrea behind us, he's also on 2 base, man. It's perfectly fine for him.
Yeah.
Or he is still on 2 base, I should say. As he's just making great use of those force fields. Like, those force fields in that first fight, I thought like, oh, nice force fields from DisK, and then just more force fields appear, and it's like, oh, how did Astrea just turn this around?
Yeah.
Suddenly DisK is locked in here with him instead of the other way.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the funky thing about like heavy sentry play, is it creates really weird situations. Like if they do end up fighting each other, like you just have force fields being used to trap sentries against other sentries. Like it just ends up being weird, and the sentries just do so little damage that it makes it even funnier. Like it's just, yeah, very funky little setup. DisK, he needs to like win the game with these 4 Stalkers, and that just isn't gonna happen.
Right, that's not going to stop him from trying, getting a good amount of probes, 3 of them so far, and, well, he's out of there.
Nice,
he's got 3 left for the moment.
Nice force fields to kind of trap these Stalkers. Oh, great micro right there from DisK. Wow, he actually managed to save these. That's incredible. But it's a 40 army supply lead, and a 2 base Protoss to a 1 base Protoss. I mean, DisK is known for making incredible comebacks from rough situations, but I don't think he's ever made a comeback from this far behind against a player that was this good. I just don't. I think it would be much better for him to save his energy and just GG out and go into the next game, because his win probability is like, I don't even know if I would give him a 1% win probability in this game. I feel like Astrea is so far ahead that it's like 1 in 100 times. It's actually less than 1 in 100 times that he loses this game.
Yeah. I'm playing this game in my mind now, and I'm like, okay, if he had 1 disruptor, would he be able to make it win here? And then I'm like, man, probably. If he had 2 disruptors right now.
Yeah, how many disruptors would he need to conjure from thin air to make this a game?
Yeah. I think around 3 or 4 could work.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he doesn't have those just yet, and while he would be going towards those, Astrea would also be playing the video game, and he would potentially have something to say about that. We are going to see this final Stalker from the original hit squad. It is dancing around, but it is going to get cornered and will get taken out. And with Astrea now on 3 Nexi, now finishing up his blink. I mean, this army, it's uncontestable for what DisK has.
Yeah, the cavalry's coming, and well, it's red colors, unfortunately, for the blue-colored Protoss pieces here on the board.
Yeah, the cavalry's coming for the wrong side, as far as DisK is concerned. Don't you just hate that when you're like, we're besieged. Oh, man, only Gandalf can show up. And then, you know, at the top of the hill, it's just 10,000 riders, like warg riders, just swarming down. And it's just like, you gotta be kidding me.
It's like this old orc in a white robe. Pretending to be Gandalf. Yep. No, GG, man. GG. Well played there by Astrea. The writing was on the wall there for a while. Yeah, it was rough. Well played. Well played. As soon as that Nexus went down, it feels like your potential to make plays there as DisK just significantly drops. Unlucky.
Yeah. Yeah, it was well done. Well done right there by Astrea. Comes in with a cool build. Basically wins quite a while before, you know, GG was typed out, but I understand DisK, like I said, he's made some big comebacks before, but Against a player like Astrea, he's not going to let you back into that game. That's never going to happen.
Yeah, he would have to fall asleep there. Yeah. And, well, actually, it is 6 a.m. now in Korea, so... No, and there's ping as well, so, you know... If he did have... Maybe he only needed 2 disruptors then, considering those two... Those 2 factions there as well, but man. Another attempt is going to be made here. Let's see if he has fortune shine upon him this time around.
Let's see. We're going to get on into it. It is day to see. And we have got, spawning down to the bottom left, for Alpha X, it's Astrea.
And his opponent fighting for Parenthesis Esports. It is the Blue Protoss, DisK.
And it is going to be, once again, this dichotomy of high ground double gate versus low ground gate expand. Ooh. We've seen this quite a bit in the PvPs in this tournament. It's made for some very interesting gameplay. A lot of players saying, you're not max packs, you can't get away with this, and trying to punish it. I will say I feel like the success rate of punishing it has been very low, even against players that aren't named max packs. Against players that are named max packs, it's actually been probably higher on the average, with Goblin doing it, I think, twice, really throwing the percentages off there and everyone else seeming to fail.
So, Steadfast, let me ask you a potentially silly question here. Why do Protoss in this matchup not go for the double gateway on the low ground then?
It's more difficult to wall, I guess, against the depths. You know, it's more surface area that you're exposed. Like, let's say your opponent goes for a 4-gate Blink Stalker on one base. There's more position to defend. Maybe something like a proxy Robo would be a little bit more difficult to deal with against anything that has a War Prism, or even just a War Prism carrying a couple of depths into the main base. It's just more real estate to defend, I guess, is the best way to say that.
That makes sense to me, yeah. But like, wouldn't you have all those threats anyway? Wouldn't they be bigger if you're going for a quicker Nexus?
Yeah, exactly. So I think players certainly could try for it. The thing is, I think there's just a lot of being used to it, and just having less surface area to defend does simplify things a little bit. It means that, you have less to watch on the mini-map if you're getting aggressive. Like, you don't have to focus on your front door and also your main mineral line. You just have to look at the main mineral line itself. It'd be interesting to hear what some pro gamers' opinions are on that, though, because I'm sure the concept is worth exploring for some players. Yeah, I imagine people have tried it, right? But there must be some reason here why people were like, you know what, no, it's better to just make the gateways then on the high ground. I imagine it's because, if you're already taking the gamble to go for that Nexus, you kind of want to have it there. And if you're not having that Nexus early in your plan, then, like you said, why make it easier for all those other things then to break you down? Yeah. It does make sense to me. By the way, we're seeing something very aggressive coming out of DisK here. He has gone for a proxy 3rd gateway, is building a 4th gateway at home. Astrea is going to get in here. He's going to see the Chrono Boost on the Warp Gate. He sees the Chrono Boost. He sees the Warp Gate complete. He sees the lack of a Nexus. And he's going to see 3 gates. He's already gone for the quick robotics facility. He's already set up for this. And yeah, I was just going to say, he just needs to build more shield batteries here. This is already a great position for Astrea. And this kind of echoes what I was saying, which is that, it feels like the success rate of aggressive break attempts is very low. Now, the Immortal, until it hits the field, it's a little bit scary, but literally as I was finishing that sentence, it hits the field. And this is, well, I feel like this is already actually doomed. I feel like this just won't work. And he's likely going to have to transition on out of this. The one weakness is that Astrea only had 1 pylon, but now he builds a 2nd pylon. He's going to get a War Prism here. There's no Blink to follow this up. Ooh, no probe in the wall just yet, but there it is. It's close enough. Nice save. And he can lift up units that take damage. Battery overcharge gets popped. Make sure to save that sentry. It drops the force field as well. And Astrea is playing off the back of a pretty near perfect game so far. He's lost a Zealot and a Probe, but he is not going to be broken here.
He's pressing the buttons. He's pressing the buttons in ways we all wish we could press the buttons, and it's looking wonderful for him right now. Shield battery is getting low, but it doesn't matter. He's already won the fight. GG is called.